Testing. All right, well, welcome to my first impromptu podcast. For the time being, I think I'd like to just keep this podcast anonymous. I don't think I'll do it forever, but for the time being, why not? I'm just not even sure how to start this. I guess I'll start it by being real with everybody. I make games. I love making games. I've gone to school for making games. I got a software development degree. I have a 9-to-5 job, and I have a game I've been working on. But something that I feel like I just don't get a chance to get out of me is just the ability to teach. I used to be a tutor at school. At school, I always helped all my friends with everything. I feel like I always had this role where I was always growing, and I was helping everybody grow. And I haven't felt that in the last 2.5 years. I'm working a 9-to-5 job, which I think a lot of you can understand and sympathize with. And I also have a side project that, although it's going well-ish from a development point of view, and we're 2.5 years into it, from a financial point of view, it is not a success. Not by a long shot. I think a lot of you can empathize with that. To top it off, I am in a long-term relationship. And I won't delve into too much detail about that, but it's long distance, which makes things hard. So I'm trying to juggle essentially 2 jobs with a long distance relationship. I don't really have a chance to interact with people who aren't from my job, or people who are my players, or my girlfriend, or my family. I don't really get to teach anymore. I don't get to help everybody. And here, I would really like to build that up. I want to just put a pause button on my life, and I want to talk to you guys about all the things that bring me joy and I think will bring you joy. Primarily, we're going to be talking about game development. We're going to be talking about just topics, discussions, going into the deep stuff, the things that I like to tangent about for a long time, and frankly, nobody really has the time to hear it. Hopefully, those who listen to podcasts do have the time to hear it. And I hope that you all really like where we're going with this. In the podcasts, you can expect that we're going to be talking about games. I really hope that through these discussions, we can foster what it is that we want to make, what it is we're making, why we're making it, and we can all get happy together and get excited. I would love to be able to create a community of people who love games like this. I want to create a place where we can all come together and we can all learn and grow and share. I really think that we can make that. And in doing this, I'd like to teach the community, teach them my knowledge. I want to be able to learn with you. If you have a question and I don't know the answer, I would love to be able to research it and come to it in another episode. I would love to just grow with people again. That's really what I miss in my life, is growing with people again. If you're finding this on the news section of whatever platform this publishes to, please leave a comment and reach out to me. I mean it. I'm another person just like you. I really want to just create this. And I want to hear your questions, hear your stories. I'd love to just have discussions with various people and bring all of that knowledge, all of that shared benefit to this podcast. I think we can truly make something great. So this wasn't a full planned podcast episode. This was just a improvised brief introduction to who I am and what this series is going to be about. Our first episode is going to be coming out in the next couple days. I don't have a schedule for this. Honestly, part of how I want to do this is I want this to be extremely organic. I want this to become part of my morning routine. Perhaps one morning I record a podcast and I improvise it with not improvise, but just a brief script of things to go over. Then the next morning I edit it and I upload it. Perhaps it'll be something along those lines. So every episode we're going to talk about something special, something new, something unique. I even think some of the topics will be things that you've never even really thought about. If I was to, drop a little breadcrumb of topics I actually have insight into. I have insight into using blockchain technology, the technology behind powering Bitcoin and Ethereum, taking what we've learned from that and creating networked video games, creating decentralized servers that can never be shut down. That's something I can talk about in these podcasts. So be sure to join us, subscribe, follow. Whatever you got to do to stay in touch, please do it. This is going to be an extremely organic group and an extremely organic podcast, which means there will never be ads, and it will only grow when you share it. I'm going to leave you with a few words. I believe in us, and I trust in our wisdom. We are successful people. We are confident, and we are capable in what we do. See you next time.